This is the culmination of a huge amount of effort. I'm going to start off by thanking Dr. Nick Schmidt from the University of Maryland. He's going to come up in just a second and say a couple of words of welcome. My name is Greg Schmidt. I'm director of SSERVI, the Solar System Exploration Research Virtual Institute, and what an exciting time this is. We had our executive committee meeting yesterday. We welcomed 5 new teams into SSERVI, which makes a total of 13 between our last 2 cooperative agreement notices. It's a long process in getting here. We're super excited, and we're going to be hearing from those teams here at this meeting tomorrow. And one of the things that I wanted to emphasize, and for those of you who were here as in Boulder last year, is that one of the things that these teams have brought, thanks to a lot of support from people like Amanda Nam at NASA headquarters, Ryan Watkins, who I believe is here somewhere, who've really helped us forge ahead in the area of inclusivity, diversity, equity, and accessibility. We pushed, as I mentioned last year, we pushed farther than any other previous NASA announcement in history in this area, and we're forging ahead. And to me, welcoming more people into this great community of ours is what it's all about. And so, to me, that's just super, super exciting. We're about to embark on a new era. I just sat down with a bunch of some of you in the audience, some students, along with Sarah Noble, Jake Bleacher, Amanda Nam, and Christina Gibbs, to talk about a little bit about this, about the era that we're embarking on. So it's the Artemis generation. Artemis is here. We're now, even the skeptics and cynics amongst us, I think we agree this is actually really happening. They're not going to pull the football out like Lucy did in Peanuts this time. We're going back to the moon. We're going back to the freaking moon. We're yeah. And I'm old enough to remember the last time we did that. That's a long time ago. It's been over 50 years now since humans set foot on the moon. And thank goodness we're doing it. We're doing it in a different way. And you're going to be hearing about that at this meeting, hearing about some of the really exciting things that we're doing. We have the CLIPS program that most of you have probably heard of, that is leveraging the nascent lunar commerce industry to put robots on the moon. We have the PRISM program within that just made a new announcement just this last Friday. We're going to be hearing from the new PI, but it represents a whole new approach, whole new scientific approach that's going to be returning data that we've been asking ourselves questions about for decades. So, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what would. We have Artemis 2 scheduled for a launch at the end of next year on the footsteps of Artemis 1, which was a huge success. We learned so much, as Jake was talking about, and as he's going to talk about in this first session from Artemis 1 and Artemis 2. The crew has been selected. You've all seen that, and we wish them Godspeed on their journey next year. We're not going to the moon by ourselves. The whole world is going back to the moon. It's this time around, thank goodness, it's not the US and the Soviet Union. It's all of us together. We saw that last week with a successful launch and hopefully successful landing next month of Chandrayaan-3 from our friends in India, Christina, who's the lead of our international partnerships program, we're actively seeking a partnership with them. They're becoming a big player in this in this arena. So we at Survey are very happy to be supporting Artemis and supporting all of you, our community. As far as this meeting goes, I just want to say a couple of things about it. I'm going to introduce Nick, who's going to give you a welcome from University of Maryland, and then Christina has a few words to say as well. We have the largest number of abstracts ever. This meeting is growing. I decided in 2019 that I wanted to move it out to different locations rather than always having it at NASA Ames. And the objective behind that, there were some internal reasons, but the real objective was this is about the community. This is about all of you. And Christina and I want this to be more about you, want you to own the meeting. And so we decided that we were going to do this. I think we had a really successful meeting in Boulder last year, and from all signs, this one's going to be even better. That being said, with our increased registration and everything, we want to continue to support a hybrid style meeting. And I'm saying this to all of you who are listening to me from your home computers or work computers. We want to continue to support you because for various reasons, people might not have travel funding. They might have illnesses that don't allow them to travel, whatever that reason might be. You're part of our community too, and we want to address your needs, and we encourage you to fill out the evaluation at the end of this meeting and tell us how we can better do that. So hybrid it's what we have done all along. We want to make it an even better experience. I'm going to leave most of the details about the meeting itself to Christina. She has some exciting stuff to share with you. I do want to say that we take the idea, inclusivity, et cetera, very seriously at all levels. And so in this meeting, we want to address the needs of everyone and being able to come to these kind of meetings. And so we have a session on caregiving, and there's a academy committee that has been formed and is going to be addressing things like that. How do we continue to make sure that everyone, people that have young children at home or whatever, is able to participate, able to be here. In that same vein, I want to let people know that there is a nursing room available. And this is something that we started at Survey several years ago when we had 2 young mothers that attended a meeting that we supported. This became our policy from then on. So just ask at our registration desk. And the last thing I'm going to say before I introduce Nick is that I want to give a really special welcome to all the students here. We had 30% of all the registrants to this meeting are students. So can we just give the students a hand? I just met with a few of you guys. What a bright future you have ahead. And I'll say the same thing there was a lot of great comments at that brief meeting, but come up to us, talk to us, break those barriers down. We'd love to talk with you. So with that, I'd like to introduce Professor Nick Schmidt. Nick is the host of this meeting. He's also the PI of one of our Survey teams, and he's going to give you a local welcome. So Nick, please.
Well, thank you for that welcome. I want to tell everybody here it's a real pleasure to have the forum here on campus. The University of Maryland has a long storied tradition of involvement in lunar studies, and so I think this is a continuation of that. So thank you to Greg and Christina and to the conference for inviting us or letting us have it here. I think it's really great to see the community of folks that are all here. Like Greg said, I'm really pleased to see the large attendance of students at this conference. Since we're a university, it's always great to see graduate students and undergrads come in, and especially if we can get some high school students involved. So welcome to all the students. If you have questions about anything local, seek one of either me out or one of the people you see that has University of Maryland on their logo. You should be able to ask them questions about best places to grab lunch or dinner or things like that. We're always welcome to help. If you're interested in exploring around campus, definitely feel free to do so. Just be aware there's a lot of construction. It's a really beautiful campus, so I urge you to check it out. So thank you everybody for coming, and I look forward to seeing and meeting all the faces out there that I don't know. So welcome.
Hello, everyone. As Greg said, I'm Christina Gibbs. I'm the Deputy Director at Survey, and I just want to welcome you all as well. It's wonderful to see you all here. So excited to be back together. I wanted to kind of echo a couple things that Greg said and share with you. Thanks to our team and a last minute effort and the recommendation by Barb Bruno out of the University of Hawaii. We have Ask Me stickers, and I put one on my badge, and I want to encourage anyone comfortable to get one of these from the registration desk and really encourage. Greg mentioned the 30% of the people attending this are students, and that's the in-person numbers. I can't discern the numbers of students in the virtual numbers with the data that we have, but 30% of the people here are students, and we really want to encourage you to ask anything. And so please put these on so people feel comfortable walking up to you if they're not completely certain about that. Some of you, Clive, are really scary to approach. And so, you know, maybe this softens it a little. So with that, that was one of the things I wanted to encourage everybody to do. So just a couple things we need to get started because the program is packed. And but I do want to emphasize, in addition to the listening session on Wednesday, there's a networking session. Unfortunately, it filled up really fast, or fortunately, it means a lot of people are interested in, again, Barb Bruno and Jeff Gillis Davis. But please do join us there if you've signed up, and we want to get your feedback. And next year, we'll try to make it even bigger if there's even more interest. The other thing I wanted to say that was a little bit confusing is, for poster presenters, especially if you're here in person, we ask that you not only stand by your poster Wednesday night and talk with people, but that you join the virtual poster session. And that includes everybody here joining the poster session. We do have about 25 to 30% of the attendees that are virtual this year. And we really want to bring them into the meeting as much as we possibly can through questions. So our session chairs, we ask you to call on their questions. We want to include everyone to the best that we can, and that includes attending the virtual poster session so that we can talk to virtual people and have everyone included. So those are a couple of the specific things that I wanted to address, really, about making this a great community, including people who couldn't travel for whatever their reasons are, and getting as much networking done as we possibly can.